Hey there, it's Emerson Unger with another movie view, and it's Foxcatcher. I gotta be honest with you, wasn't super excited to see this film. It's kind of dark. It's definitely not my type of popcorn, enjoy fun Friday entertainment. But all my movie critic friends were like, you gotta go see this film. And I was like, all right, fine, I'm in. Calm down. And usually I don't like the hype. I think hypes usually ruin good films, but this movie, it's really hard to ruin it. It is good. It is really good. So the film is from Bennett Miller, who also did Moneyball and Capote. So all the Oscar buzz around this film is nothing new to him. He's like, I always get Oscar buzz. So an unrecognizable Steve Carell stars in this film. He plays an eccentric but deeply troubled, probably due to his mother issues, heir to the DuPont fortune. He plays John DuPont, who summons Mark Schultz, who is an Olympic medalist in wrestling, to his Foxcatcher farm. He's played by Channing Tatum. And the two of them on the farm strike this really weird, eccentric friendship that just is full of tension. But then it really hits a snag when John goes ahead and invites Mark's brother, Dave, to the farm. And that Dave is played by Mark Ruffalo. First impressions of the film, it is super duper quiet, this film. It's very dark, it's very stark, it's somewhat depressing, somewhat slow, but you know what? I usually would complain about all those things, but in this film, it just adds to the authenticity of the film. And I also think all of this really plays into getting you to really understand and sympathize with the characters. I mean, it really helps you to understand Mark Schultz as this guy who's kind of like lost his identity after his glory days in the Olympics. Like, that's why he jumps at a chance when John says to him, come to my farm. I want to bring back America. I want to be a patriot. So you really get this understanding. What I love about this film is that male masculinity is fully on display and it's not cheesy. I mean, the one good thing about this film is that it's very authentic. You feel very sincere about the characters and you feel very invested in them. I also love the performances of Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, and Mark Ruffalo, who I would not even know that's Mark Ruffalo if it wasn't for his voice. I mean, he looks unrecognizable almost to the same point as Steve Carell. My only complaint about this movie, is the awful 80s fashion, and the upper thigh hair. It is on full display, but you know what? Hey, sometimes you have to suffer for your art, suffer for the authenticity, so I will deal with those bad 80s fashions. So the verdict of this film, it's certainly an A+. There's nothing wrong with this film. It is a gorgeous film. If anything, I kind of wish it had just a little bit of humor, I don't know where you put it, but it would just nice to cut the tension, kind of like Hannibal Lecter did in Silence of the Lambs. But to be honest with you, there's really nothing wrong with this film. And kudos to the director for taking funny man Steve Carell, silly man Channing Tatum, and all around sweetheart Mark Ruffalo, and sticking them in such a film that is so dark, you know, because it's a dark biopic, and just really, really, really making you invested in them. And the performances delivered by all three are dynamite and solid. What I also love about this film is the writing. Oh my gosh, I love the fact that the writing, it doesn't give everything away in the dialogue, but, you know, rather get you to be this active participant when you're watching it. Just, you don't see that a lot in films these days. Totally love that. The other thing I love about this film is the fable at its core. In this day and age with Kim Kardashian and Instagram, it's nice to see Hollywood can make a film that shows that you can have money, you can have fame, you can have influence, but none of that compares to love. So yeah, you can go on the internet and see how this film ends, but you know what? You'd be really doing yourself a disservice. Go see it. It's good. Well, that will do it for us today. I'm Emerson Unger. If you like my review, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and like me on Instagram.